What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Blades with Bill. Today we're just going to talk a little bit about knife steel and is it really worth the extra money for something like this, which is S30V, in comparison to something like this, which is 8CR. Before we get into it, if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Tell me what you didn't like. Any interaction with the video shows interest to YouTube, which helps push me up in the algorithm, which should help me get more subscribers. So please, thumbs up, thumbs down, comment. Thank you to all my new and old subscribers. If this is the first time you're seeing one of my videos, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you get notified whenever I drop a new video here on YouTube. But let's get into it. So basically what started this idea was, by the time this video goes out, 2 days ago I released a video, the unboxing video for this, the premium version of the Kubey Nova with titanium frame lock and 14C28N blade. In that video, someone commented that basically, ooh, wow, you get titanium and shit steel for 14C28N is shit steel. And I responded as best I could. That 14C is not crap steel. It's a great steel. It's actually used for fixed blades, for bushcrafting, because it's very, very tough. It sharpens very easy. It's highly corrosion resistant. Does it hold an edge as well as something like this, which is M390? No. But even then, this, which is really good, M390, unless you do something where you do a whole lot of cutting and stuff that is going to destroy or damage your blade and dull it, most of us could get by on it every day with 8CR or 440C or pretty much any of the other budget steels out there. I did do a little video of me using a few different knives that are 8CR. Let's see. I think there was 3 that were 8CR, one that's AUS 8. There was one that was 154, a couple that are S30V, a couple that were S35VN, one VG10, but just a couple of like different steels, 14C28N, a couple of different steels, budget steels. The higher end or the lower end of the premium steels like S30 and S35VN. And then I did use my Chavez and my Guardian Tactical Recon 35, which is LMAX. Now, those two, again, especially the LMAX, if LMAX is done well, it is great steel, holds an edge very, very well. And if you're using your knife constantly to cut stuff, then something like that, yeah. For most of us, we maybe open a package every day, a couple packages every day. So we really could get by with something like this. And I'm actually glad that the knives that I started buying myself that got me into knives were mostly Kershaws that were budget Kershaws that were HCR. This HCR is ridiculously easy to sharpen. If when I tried to get into knives or started getting into knives, if D2 would have been around and I would have bought a knife in D2, not knowing how to sharpen it at that time, I would have probably started hating knives because I'd have been like, why is this supposed to be better than this? I can't sharpen this for anything. Like, it just doesn't want to take an edge. Knowing what I know now, I know that it's a tougher steel, or a harder steel, so it's harder to sharpen. But for beginner, first knife, HCR, great steel. You can get them a simple pull through uh, sharpener, like a 2-stage, like the Worksharp one, and that's all they're going to need to keep this sharp enough to do most things that people do, cutting cardboard, stuff like that. So I personally, unless it's just completely crap steel, like I cut a piece of cardboard one time and the knife is dull and I can't cut anything with it again, I don't really consider steels crap. They all have different ups and downs. They're all a little bit different, but at the same time, as long as they're heat treated, they'll hold an edge well enough for most of us to get by without having an issue for at least a day, if not a few days. I know when this was my everyday knife, all I had was a simple uh, honing rod. That's all I ever did to it. Every couple of days, I would take that and just give it a quick hone, done, and it was sharp enough to get me by for the next few days. And that was with working in a restaurant and using this on a regular enough basis to open different packages, stuff that would come in from truck, whatever. So I did use my knife on a regular basis. Like I said, I had no problem with 8CR as my everyday steel. In the video that I did of using all these different steels, I did the same thing, or essentially the same thing with all of them. And hard push cuts on that wood, because that was rather hard wood. All of them, only one of them was damaged enough afterwards that I could notice that there was a little hiccup slicing through paper. Other than that, that was the only one. It was one out of all those knives that I noticed anything. The rest of them were just as sharp as when I went into it. So for most of us, we could really get by with lower grade steels because they're really not bad. We're not talking about like 440J or some shit where it's complete crap. People shouldn't be using it for a knife steel. So to whomever it was that commented on that video, I guess thanks for giving me an idea for this one. I know this really wasn't like super informative, just kind of me ranting about the fact that, like, I'm a knife guy. I love knives. So I've tried out a bunch of different steels. I have different steels. I don't have a ton of all the different ones, but I have different steels to have tried them out. But even as someone who's tried out a bunch of different steels, honestly, I didn't notice that much difference. So, like, using my Kershaw Link that's 20 CV on an everyday, did I really notice that much difference between it and 8CR? Only in the fact that it would take me a whole lot longer, which it wasn't even a whole lot longer. It would just take me longer to need to sharpen it than it did the 8CR. But it would also take me a whole lot more time to sharpen when I needed to sharpen it, because it's a harder steel. So I truly believe that when it comes to knives, whatever you can afford, as long as you're not buying something that's complete crap that is actually dangerous, it's a knife. Buy what you can actually, maintain the edge on. If you can sharpen S30V easily and you don't have an issue with doing it, feel free to buy it. If you enjoy knives but you have a hard-ass time sharpening, stick with something like 8CR or 14C. They're extremely easy to sharpen. They take it edge well. Will they hold it as well as some? No. But again, if you can actually sharpen it, you're going to use it, because you won't worry about not being able to keep it sharp. And when it all comes down to it, that's what the point of a knife is. I carry a knife to use it. I don't carry a knife to look pretty. I enjoy them. I enjoy a nice looking knife, but at the same time, I also enjoy knowing that I'm carrying something that if I need to use it, it's there. So if you enjoyed the video at all, like I said before, give me a thumbs up. If you just think that this was a waste of your time, well, you probably stopped watching a long time ago. So try and have a great day. Stay safe. Peace.